Looking for the best SSB CB radio? In this video, we've done an extensive review of the top SSB CB radios, and we rated them according to features, audio clarity, functionality, and value for money. We categorized them as best budget, best premium, and lastly, our top choice all considered. So let's get started. Price information and all SSB radios mentioned in the video are available in the description. Number 3, Uniden Bearcat 980. It's almost a decade since Uniden released the Bearcat 980 SSB radio. At that time, it had been a while since Uniden had released a new SSB radio. With the famous Uniden Grant radios going out around that time, the Bearcat 980 SSB provided a good replacement. The biggest difference between these two radios, or product lines, is that the Bearcat 980 takes on a modern outlook. It gets a large backlit display, backlit buttons, and a sleek design. Using newer technology has its benefits too, and the Bearcat 980 SSB has better signal processing and value. Either way, both these radios are amongst the best CB radios ever made for consumer use. Uniden Bearcat 980 SSB makes good use of its backlights and interface. There are 7 options for backlight and screen color, with the option of choosing the intensity. Simple as this customization is, it goes a long way in creating a more comfortable cab. The fine, coarse knob doesn't get a backlight, but it does get a backlit label. I'm not sure why they went this route, but it seems like an oversight. Functionally, it's not that big of a deal, but it can feel odd. Those on the radio have convenient backlights and also have an additional indicator light. This light comes up when the button function is active. For example, if you switch on TalkBack, a small light at the side of the button will let you know it's active. Now that we've seen the interface, let's take a look at the other aspects of this CB radio. On the left side, right below the volume and squelch control knob, you'll find the mic connector. This is a classic 6-pin connector, although if you want to use a different mic, Uniden includes a converter cable in the box to allow the use of a 4-pin microphone, and there's a good chance you might need it. Uniden's factory-installed mic with this unit is a flashy yet flimsy option. The company says the included mic has a feature to reduce background noise. Usually that would be a great feature, but that's just not the case here. The mic has a built-in baffle, or screen if you prefer that term, to handle the noise canceling. Most people find this background noise canceling microphone underwhelming and notice that it lowers their transmitted voice. Several users prefer to remove the baffle, while many others replace the microphone entirely. Thankfully, this compact CB radio is compatible with several microphones, including wireless options. Overall, Uniden Bearcat 980 SSB is a solid radio that covers all the features necessary for a truck CB radio. It's easy to use, the backlight is customizable, all functions are within reach, and voice quality is pretty good. The biggest drawback of the SSB radio is its mic, which isn't as good for quality or dependability. It might be better to replace this mic with a 4-pin, 6-pin, or wireless option. Number 2, Galaxy DX2547. Galaxy DX2547 is something of a rarity in the CB radio scene. It's amongst the last, if not the last, CB radio base station with SSB. It's been around for more than a decade, and its age shows in its design. However, its functioning and capabilities remain as solid as ever. Since this transceiver works as a base station, it can afford to have a wider front with plenty of room for all the buttons, dials, and display. So let's get a closer look at where things are and how they work. The speaker gets to the top of the transceiver. It isn't very big, but it sounds clear and does its job well. But if you're running a base station, you'll likely want to attach external speakers. The rear of the transceiver holds a 1/8-inch jack for external speakers. The clarifier knob at the front comes in handy to adjust and manage the audio quality from the speakers. Also at the back of the transceiver is the AC power input, which is located just below the heatsink. For those who want more power options, there's also a spot for DC input, fuse, and a small switch for moving between AC and DC. The AC input and the built-in power supply for the transceiver are what makes the difference between Galaxy DX2547 base station CB radio and the Galaxy DX959 mobile CB radio. Both transceivers use the same circuit board and may seem like essentially the same radio. However, the presence of the built-in power supply, the form factor, and the use of 6-digit frequency counter underlines the difference between these radios. Despite the similarities, there are functional differences here. Galaxy DX2547 tends to remain more stable in the face of frequency drift. The front panel of the transceiver makes good use of the available real estate to better place the controls and buttons. The extreme left of the radio goes to power, TalkBack, 4-pin microphone connector, and headphone jack. The TalkBack knob includes a volume control, allowing users to manage TalkBack volume without affecting system volume. It's a nice touch and promises to be useful. Speaking of system volume, the extreme right of the radio holds the knob for volume control and also for squelch and normal. The latter is a quick switch for channels, allowing for normal use or immediate switch to channel 9 or 19. While there is a huge channel dial knob at the center of the radio, the quick channel switch is useful. The oversized channel knob feels sturdy in use. As you change the channels by moving the dial, a small LED display at the center of the radio shows the active channel. On the right of the channel display is another LED display, and this works as a 6-digit frequency meter. The 6-digit allows for a better frequency fine-tuning when you're using SSB mode. Then there's the difficult-to-miss analog meter to the left. It shows a lot of information around sound, dB, PWR, and most importantly, SWR. The presence of a built-in SWR meter makes the radio easier to manage. Even better, Galaxy includes the No Calibrate Automatic SWR setting in this base station. That way, the settings and changes can come into effect with ease, making the operation convenient for the user. Overall, though, dated Galaxy DX2547 is a solid CB base station and transceiver. Number 1, President Electronics, Kinley, USA. This is a 40-channel CB radio with both AM and SSB transceiver and weather channels. This makes it ideal for road users such as truck drivers, motorcyclists, and hobbyists such as hikers. With up to 7 weather channels, you can rest assured of timely and up-to-date weather information. Therefore, in case there's a heavy storm, you can plan your schedules accordingly. It features a colored multifunction LCD display that makes navigation and operation of the radio simple. All the front panel control buttons have labels that indicate their function too. This makes the radio beginner-friendly and less strenuous to use. Besides, its LCD display makes it easy to see the operations at a glance too. This is important when driving as it helps you maintain focus. Also, it has a digital S-meter scale that you can use to ensure you're operating the radio on the right standards. This includes SWR scale, power scale, percentage modulation scale, and sound meter scale. This radio comes with an automatic noise limiter that cuts out background noise, which is great for clear and quality sound. Thus, you can enjoy your conversations without missing a single word due to noise. Its channels 9 and 19 are instant and come already preset when you get the radio. Therefore, you don't need to find these channels from the entire channel list. This saves you time and gets you timely emergency updates. On the downside, the single LCD monitor of the screen might be monotonous. Overall, if you want a powerful CB radio with clear and crisp sound, this is a great radio for you. So what do you think? Which of these is the best SSB radio for you? Or do you think another radio is better? Tell us in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Have an awesome day.